Well, hey everybody, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another episode of The Simple Truth. This is a Simple Truth News Update. And the title of today's Simple Truth Update is going to be, "Oh, how the dominoes have begun to fall." Just a couple of weeks ago to the day, being Friday, about 3 to 4 weeks ago, I can't remember which one it is, we had the Supreme Court ruling that the LGBT was allowed in all 50 states to be married. And prior to that ruling, there was an incident that happened that I'm going to discuss in just a moment. But what is beginning to happen, and what I mean by the dominoes have begun to fall, is that this society is showing each and every one of us where its standards, where its morals, and even the truth behind their beliefs. Because if they truly believed in the Bible, this type of thing would not happen. But yet it is a sure sign that the King's return is imminent. As I stated in my other videos in regards to these subjects, I quote the scripture that says, "Just as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be again in the days of the coming of the Son of Man." And whether people want to believe it or not, they claim themselves to believe in the creator of the universe, the Most High, his son, who came down here and wrapped himself in a flesh suit to experience what it was to be around sinful flesh, and yet he did not sin. It begins to show us what the mindset is and what the belief is. Just a few months ago, just before this ruling in February, there was an incident in Tucson, Arizona, where a flag was flown on an Air Force base at someone's residence. I'm going to leave the information about the link to that article, where someone defiled, as they would say, and that's what the article talks about, defiled the American flag and turned it into a pride flag. It had the stars where it's supposed to be, but the stripes were the color of the pride flag. That's one. Number two, once this ruling came about, as I said before, about 4 weeks ago, about 3 to 4 weeks ago, then you had a situation where a male gay couple, a millionaire male gay couple, they are suing a church for refusing to marry them. As far as I know, that so-called couple had never went to that church, but they wanted to be married in that church, and they were refused to be married there. And so they're going to use all the legal power and the system to force upon that church what they want. That's number two. Number three, last year, I did a article, and I did a report on an article, and that article was from a very, very small newspaper in northern Colorado, and it was talking about how, wow, look at this traffic. It was talking about how pedophiles, wow. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I just ran into a complete stoppage in traffic. This just goes to show you how, if anything were to ever truly happen, being in these cities, how it would be virtually impossible to get out. But that's a whole nother subject. But well, now the pedophiles are making noise, and on the heels of this ruling for the lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgender, they want their opportunity to be able to practice their sexual orientation and be able to do so legally. Yet another domino beginning to fall. Another situation has just come up on the heels of this ruling, where there is, if I remember correctly, again, I'm going to leave the link to the article, but there is a $70 million lawsuit against the publishers of the Bible for homosexual references in the Bible. Are you hearing me, ladies and gentlemen? Are you hearing what is going on? These dominoes are falling, and they are falling fast. I had a conversation with someone just the other day, a youth pastor of a 501(c) church. And we were talking, and I asked him, you know, just casually what he thought about the ruling that happened a couple of weeks ago. And he was like, oh, it really doesn't matter because of the division of church and state. And I said to him, whoa. Don't you realize that the ruling that just happened a few weeks ago circumvents that? And it has forced its way to tell any and everybody, especially 501(c) church organizations, that you're going to do what we implemented and instituted by the Supreme Court ruling, whether you like it, whether you believe it or not. You have a very, very distinct choice. Either do it and continue to get the tax-exempt benefits and so forth and so on, or don't do it and suffer the consequence. So now we have, the last thing I said, we have someone suing the publishers of the Bible because of homosexual references. And last but not least, we have this abomination, this wicked display called Bruce Jenner, who's now going by the name Caitlyn Jenner, and now is in full female garb, just won the other night the ESPY Award. That's the sports awards, kind of like the Oscars for sports. Just won the sports award, the ESPY Award, the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. And there's many articles about how ESPN allowing this to happen had a lot of backlash behind it. A lot of people posting a lot of negative comments on social media about it. But then you go a little deeper, and there was an article, and again, I'm just pointing out what's out there. I'm not saying that it's actual and factual, but it would lead you to believe many of these things are darn near close because of what's going on. There was an article or two that stated that Bruce Jenner, and yes, I said Bruce Jenner because he was his mama named him Bruce. I'm gonna call him Bruce. I don't give a daggone what he wants to call himself, but Bruce Jenner's representatives reached out to ESPN and basically struck a deal because of all this publicity that's going on and is circling around Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, doing all of this press junkets for all of these different things. And I truly believe No, I don't believe it. I saw it happen. There's going to be a big Diane Sawyer interview with Bruce/Caitlyn Jennings. And there's going to be also a new reality show. I think it's going to be called I Am Caitlyn. And the deal that was struck was you give Caitlyn/Bruce this award, and we will give you publicity when we're out there promoting these different things. One hand washing the other. And in all truth and reality, one hand supporting the other. Because there's no way that you could be against something, but yet turn around and for whether it be a financial cause, whether it be a publicity cause, that you just go ahead and support this thing if you don't agree with it and if you're not in agreement with it. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The dominoes are falling. And this wicked world, and we all know who the prince of this world is. The dominoes are falling, and this world is slowly but surely deteriorating and fast approaching an end. And the king's return, as I said in the beginning, is imminent. And whether you want to believe it or whether you don't want to believe it, the Bible calls all of these things that have to do with that alternative lifestyle. The Bible, the book, the word from the Most High, he calls it an abomination. He said, that is, thou shalt not do this. But yet it's being done. People are accepting it. People are drinking it up and swallowing it down. They are getting a full measure in their cup. I just tell you, people, you need to just wake up or stay asleep. It's your choice. That's the simple truth of the whole matter. Either make the decision and wake up, or just stay the hell asleep. This has been the simple truth. And as I always tell you, it's the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound. But yet, they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll be sure to see you and you again on another episode real soon.